In 1987, I was introduced to this girl, the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. She was colorful and loud and aggressive. Man, when I tell you that it was love at first sight, it was love at first sight. I remember the day that I met her. I was in my mom's living room. I was about 7 years old, and I was skimming through the channels looking for cartoons to watch, and I stumbled up on LL Cool J's I'm Bad video. It was so amazing to me. It was so fly. It was so energetic, so raw. And from that day forward, hip hop and I were inseparable. By 1993, hip hop and I were one. I ate, breathed, slept, nothing but hip hop. And I loved it so much that I decided to try my hand at it. Turns out I had a natural niche for it. I would sit at my mom's kitchen table, beating on the table, making beats, and writing raps, developing my craft. But something else happened in 1993. It was also that year where it was a defining moment for me as a person. The pressure of middle school, being pulled into gang life and experimenting with drugs and alcohol. I had grew to be a street kid. I was known in the neighborhood, and I loved it. I loved the notoriety. By 1995, I was knee-deep in the drug game. My best friend Paul and I would skip school to go to the block and catch the early morning rush. He and I would cipher in between customers coming and going. And one guy walked up. I'd never seen him before, thought he was a cop, but his name was Antonio Bell. He was a local radio personality, and he gave me his card, and he said that he thought that Paul and I sounded great, and he would love to invite us on his radio show to display our skills. Now at the time, Paul and I thought he was just blowing smoke, and we didn't take him seriously. I took the card, I shoved it in my pocket, and I got back to work. About a week later, Paul and I were on the block, and it was a little slow that day. So we decided to call him. He gave us an address, and we went there. As soon as we walked in, there was all these old records and reel-to-reel recording equipment and fancy mics and soundproof booth. Needless to say that our original skepticism had melted away. And Antonio didn't waste any time. He put the music on, turned the mics on, and we got right to it. That night, I recorded my first song. By the graces of God, while Paul and I were there with Antonio, the police had conducted a sweep on the block that we sold drugs on. Antonio had saved us, and we couldn't have been more grateful. In that moment, I knew exactly what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to use hip-hop to help save others. And today, you can help me do just that. You can help me create this program that will save countless young men's lives from the streets. Together, we can change the inner cities, one kid at a time. Thank you.